back to UCN Live and the 10 Count. I'm Steve Kim, joined by Michael Baca of UCN Live and Dave Smith, the Sports God. Guys, as we put a bow on 2016, we look back at the year that was to the fighter of the year. And some of the candidates, I think off the top of everyone's head, is Carl Frampton, Manny Pacquiao, Roman Gonzalez, Ward Kovalev, we'll explain that, and then one Terence Crawford. I'll just say this, Mike. When Max Kellerman and HBO are pushing Terence Crawford as fighter of the year, I groaned inside. That seemed like a corporate agenda. I'm sorry, he fought 3 times. That's good. But Hank Lundy is really a lightweight. He's not a great fighter. Johnny Molina is what he is. And Victor Postol had a belt. Wasn't a great fight. Crawford had a good year. I think he should be in the discussion. I don't think in any way he should actually win this award.
Yeah, if it makes him feel any better, we'll throw him in the discussion, sure. It's fine. It's harmless. But I think the fighter of the year is Carl Frampton. I don't think there's really anybody else, to be honest. The win over Scott Quigg wasn't a great fight. I know we're kind of, adding that into the discussion, but it was a very, tough fight and an even fight, seemingly even fight. And then the win over Santa Cruz was fight of the year that we just talked about.
I don't disagree. When you have 2 highly anticipated fights, one is a domestic grudge match, and then you go overseas and you beat an undefeated guy who's highly regarded in Leo Santa Cruz, I don't see how a Terence Crawford resume, even with one more fight, can win that. But Dave, Manny Pacquiao, say what you want. He may have lost a step and a half, but when you're beating 2 top 10 guys, one in Tim Bradley and then Jesse Vargas for a belt, I think he certainly needs to be in that discussion.
Absolutely. I'm going Carl Frampton too, but Manny's a good choice as well. And I'm prejudiced. I love the heavyweights. I love the emergence of Anthony Joshua and how he's burst on the scene, and I think he's the best heavyweight in the world, but he hasn't had the level of competition and hasn't been challenged enough. So I'm going Carl Frampton slightly over Manny Pacquiao.
And Roman Gonzalez, I have a rule. Unless you're beating 2 elite guys, which I guess Frampton kind of did in a way, he only fought twice, and I know one of those was one of the better fights of the year, Carlos Cuadras. I think another fight that we probably didn't mention enough, but I thought that was a war. But again, I have an overall question, and I do awards, but they're not really serious. Do we really have fighters of the year anymore when guys are so inactive, Dave? I mean, when you grew up, guys would fight 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Now they fight twice.
More than that. You fight 15 or 20 times back in the day.
So is there such thing as fighter of the year?
I don't think so anymore. That's a good point. If you only fight once or twice a year, how can you be fighter of the year?
Yeah.
An excellent point.
And the other thing, Ward Kovalev, I kind of put them in together. If you firmly believe, you are vehement, that Kovalev got the victory and he got robbed, take a look at his year. He beat Jean Pascal in a rematch, faded guy.
Yeah.
Beat a respected guy in Isaac Chilemba. Then if he beats Andre Ward, if you kind of say, hey, this is my award, I want to go with my scorecard, couldn't you give it to Kovalev?
Yeah, that's a good argument. My scorecard, my award. Yeah, I get that. It's a completely opinionated award. And for that, I'm going to change my fighter of the year to the late, greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
Why not? It's my award, isn't it?
Well, it'd be nice if he actually fought.
Hey, he's a fighter.
He was a fighter, yes.
Sure.
He's probably the most influential heavyweight, maybe person who ever lived. Going back to the Fighter of the Year award, I'm not so sure, but I don't vote on it. I'm not in the Boxing Writers Association of America. It's a personal choice. I don't really care enough. Do you think these awards are very parochial, though?
Meaning?
Meaning in the sense that they're very regionalized, that American boxing writers, and I think the majority of writers are in America.
Yeah.
Do you think they automatically have, I don't want to say a prejudice, but they're more inclined to vote for the American fighter?
Yeah, I think, you're right. They do. But again, nobody's wrong in this argument. You can't prove somebody wrong that, they weren't fight of the year. It's just, all it is it's a topic for discussion. And I don't really put a lot into fight of the year, to be honest. But yeah, I think what you're saying is right.
All right, well, there you have it. And again, the vote is not up to us, so send your emails to
Yes, it is.
Muhammad Ali.
There's other people. So on behalf of Michael Baca and Dave Smith, this is Steve Kim saying, till the next 10 count, goodbye, everybody.